Hey, Robot, we in the building. We got Hakeem in the building with us. Hey, we're gonna give him a minute to come in. See what we got. Hey, Robot, to everybody that's in the building, man. Wednesday, 27th. We gonna talk about the cone heads and Yakub. Because people asking questions about this stuff, you know, which is really like, it's old stuff. You know, Elijah Muhammad taught about it, Yakub. So it goes all the way back to like to the 50s, 60s. But we're gonna break down a little bit more detail because like Elijah Muhammad broke down the part, and then Bible came and put it more to it, and then we're gonna put more to it. So it all makes sense for you. We got 12 people in the building. Robot. Let me get set up, man. We're supposed to be did this class last night. Okay, where is the picture? Hey, Robot, to everybody that's coming in. We're about to break down the whole story of Yakub and the cone heads or the Terus, the Derus, and the Danakal, and the Dewani who live underground with these beings. We got several tapes out on it, but we're gonna break down the story for you. And we're gonna have the holy tablets. If you want to read the holy tablets, we'll have it in the links. It's already in the links, I think, right now. In the description links. Right. Oh, let me get the one more thing. If you want to read the whole, we got 34 viewers. Hey, Robot, to everybody in the building. Shout out, I will maintain. If you want to show your brother some love, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Right? And if you want to show your brother some love, we posting the cash apps in the links. Don't do the super chat. Hey, we back at you with another banger. You're on your other game. So the cone heads, we go back to the cone heads. The cone heads are a species that originated as light beings from a galaxy called the Andromeda Galaxy. Let's get that pulled up for you so you can get a picture on the Andromeda Galaxy. Let's get that pulled up for you. The Andromeda Galaxy is about 2.4 light years away. The Andromeda Galaxy. Keep in mind, they call our galaxy the Milky Way, right? The Andromeda Galaxy, right? Also referred to as Manessa 31. This is the galaxy they originated from as light beams. And if you can see, in about a couple billion years from now, like we told you a while back on the galactic tapes. The galactic tapes. Hakeem, y'all go up in there. Go up in there. Yeah, so the Andromeda's galaxy is joining on with the Milky Way. The picture we're showing you right there. Hold on just a second. Hey, y'all going in there? Hold on just a second. Man, sorry about that. This dude wasted damn juice all over the floor. Yeah, so we're talking about the Andromeda's galaxy, which is 2.4 million light years away. These beings came here and went to a solar system or star system in your galaxy called the Arcturus. So let's look that up. The Arcturus. We break all this down in the Ascension Manual and the book of Extraterrestrial, right? Of where these beings come from. Okay. All right. So this is the system that they come from, the boot. See what it say? The boot. You got the Little Dipper. They teach you about these star systems in school, and people saying that oh, there's no other people on other planets. But what are these star systems for then? If no other people. If you under one star, and you got 15 planets rotating around your star, and you living on one of the planets, and other beings living on other planets, right? Then why what are these other stars for? You think these other stars don't got planets rotating around them? You think these other stars don't got planets rotating around them? And you living under one huge star? And this stars out here that's 3, 4 times, 5 times bigger than your star. And you think that there's planets not rotating around those stars? Right? So these beings went to this planet and they lived on a planet. They lived on a planet called Jama. And they became known as the Jomanians, these conehead beings, when they lowered their vibration down to the 5th dimension. And oh, let me turn this TV down some. Yeah, so these beings, these we turn the surround sound on, man. So these beings come from this particular star system. We're gonna be having the class on the star system deal. All right, the boot. And now this is it's other names for this star system, which they call it, but we're just going with the names that on the pictures so you can see what we're talking about. Right? It's other names. These are names that the Greeks started naming things and putting a stamp on things. Right? So let me read to you out of the book of extracurricular, and we got a little bit in the book of the Ascension Manual. Actually, I'm reading from the Ascension Manual. Let's see. Talk about the people from Jama, and we're gonna talk about Yakub. All right. So they originally came from the Andromedans billions of years ago in the sixth dimension as blue and green light beams. They slowed down their vibration to the fifth dimension. They moved to a planet called Jama in the Arcturus Boot star system, which is 36.6 light years away from Earth. So it's 36.6 light years is 36.6 times 6 trillion, if you want to round it off. And that'll give you the distance of how far this system is. So if you got a ship that only flies 1 light year, you know what I'm saying, a year, then it take you 36 years to make it to Earth from that system. So your ship got to be flying faster than light speed to get here in a short amount of time. They are indigenous sentient species who are native to the planet Jama. They are often called simply cone heads because of their cone-shaped heads. Right, so that they could get up to 5 to 8 feet tall. These cone heads, and the originals were dark skinned. Let me pull up a picture of these beings because a lot of people might not know. They called one of the names for them is Teru. And we're getting up to the point of Yakub being born and all this. They made a movie about it called Coneheads, right? And some of the stuff that they did in this movie is some of the stuff of how these people live, because these people, keep in mind, they sent the being Admiral Byrd to the center of the earth, and Admiral Byrd kept a diary and he wrote down what was about these beings, right? Let's try to put it like this. All right, so Richard Shaver wrote about him too. He wrote about the Derus, the beings with the elephant trunks, right? All these people are not making this up, bro. I'm trying to see. Maybe I could type in this. This is how I can put it up. I type in Yakub. Okay, just a second. I want to type in Yakub so I can get you an idea what these beings look like. The big head scientist. Everybody think this is a mythological story, but it's really, this right here really is a true story, because they don't add the extraterrestrial beings and brought into it, which is why they see the old Master Farah Muhammad, he taught about Yakub. But I want to show you the cone heads. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And this is the man we're gonna talk about. We're gonna tie the story into the man too, to the man and how they came into ancient Kemet, right? These Hyksos, who were Yakub's people, the Frugal Lords. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this picture right here. You can see what I'm talking about. So on the left side is the cone heads. Now they showing you a lot of white cone heads, but you see one of them is dark skinned. The original cone heads were dark beings, melanated beings. Right? And they sleep upright. They have one huge that their intestines is a little different from yours. Right? They have several rows of teeth. They show you that in the movie, right? They have several rows of teeth. Now, how these beings get to Earth is because of their planet got destroyed in the war, right? Their planet got destroyed in the war. Jama, it got attacked by the reptilians, right? And so when they got attacked, they got only a small amount survived, and those the bloodline, the royal bloodline, left on Nubaru and came to Earth as for a refuge. And they only supposed to stay here for a certain while until their planet could be repaired as well. So there were several other planets other than Ridge that got attacked. And so these beings came on the mothership Nubaru to Earth thousands of years ago. Maybe even millions, I'm thinking millions. And they came here with the other beings on the other side, which is called the Nakul. Now they were a mix between the Riskians and the Ramadians, which were the beings you call them the Greys, the 7-foot Ramadians, which are the Greys, and the Riskians mixing their bloodline together created these Ramadians. I mean, these the Nakuls with the big heads. And they're extremely intelligent, just like the cone heads. So, and they was on a planet in Eliun. They end up because they were hybrids, and they lived on Riz too. They were Riskian hybrids, so they lived on Riz too. Some of them, these the Nakuls, and so they had to leave as well and come to Earth for refuge. So both species came on the mothership Nubaru to Earth and began living in the center of the Earth in the cave systems and advanced cave systems. Okay, now through these beings, both species were coming to the surface and mixing with humans, right? Mixing with the Nubians, the Afar people, all the different species that was in Kemet. They was coming to the surface and mixing in with these beings, right? This before Yakub was born, right? And one of the species they was mixing with was the Hindus too, right? So it was coming to the surface. Now what happens is the Terus, a degenerate was created from the Terus through mixing with different species, and they created a whole nother species called the Deru, which is the elephant trunk beings that we've been talking about, right? The elephant trunk beings. These are the beings that are disagreeable and degenerates, the obese beings who live in the center of the earth in certain cave systems. And so the Teru were responsible, since these beings creation one coming from their creation or their genetics, they were responsible for keeping control of these beings, these Deru beings, right? And shit was getting out of hand, and so these beings were constantly attacking and raiding the Terus and the Derus. The Terus and the Nakuls cave systems. So in order to make amends with things, they decided to make a treaty between the two tribes. So Yakub's tribe, Yakub tribe really is both tribes, but what they did is they made a treaty. So Yishak, Field Corps. Let me get a picture of Field Corps. Okay, Field core is the being to the top right here, to the top left. All right, so in order to make a treaty with these beings between the Danakil and the Deru who were living under the ground, Field core gave his daughter, which is the lady to the right, gave his daughter to the prince of the Teru tribe, and the Teru leader gave his daughter to Field core. All right. Now, once this switch happened, the Teru's leader, his daughter, when she went amongst the Danakil, they made fun of her head, her cone-shaped head. They made fun of her cone-shaped head, and she didn't like it. And keep in mind, it was already a beef between Field core and his brothers because they were mad how Field core was taking sides with other species other than their own species. Because Yishak, he was disagreeable. And it was two other brothers that were disagreeable. It was 9 brothers total, but I think like 4 or 5 of them went to the surface because they disagreed with Field core and the way he was running things and where he was leaning more to other species, especially the Terus. So they got mad and they went to live on the surface. Now keep in mind, as long as they lived in the center of the planet, they can live thousands of years because the type of technology they got underground, they can live thousands of years, especially with having a supercomputer and all that. We broke that down on Galactic Family of Life 15. But they can live thousands of years as long as they stay underground. But once they come to the surface, the time frame changed due to the sun that we under. Right, because they living in a 5th dimension, really in the center of the planet. Right, Earth is already a hot 5th dimensional planet now, but we as a people got to go into that dimension as well in order to be into that reality. You know what I'm saying? So the leader of the Coneheads, his daughter got mad and went to the surface and found Field core's brother, which is Yishak, which is the brother right under Field core. And she ended up mating with this being who was disagreeable already. And then they birthed a son named Yakub. Now, Yakub grew he grew up around the Mecca area. The area they call it Mecca today, that's what the area he grew up around. Right. And he was very intelligent, having a Danakil and a Teru. His head was larger. He was actually smarter than the regular Derus and Terus because he had the Teru knowledge and the Deru knowledge. I mean, the Teru knowledge and the Danakil knowledge. And so his head was double the size of a regular Danakil's head. And Yakub developed a plan to create a race that would overthrow the Nubian race or his people on the planet. And so what he began doing is he saw a species that he could do it out of, and that was the Hindus. The Hindus were a species, to make a long story short, the Hindus were a species that he was using. But this is here the different mixes. You can go back and look at the different head shapes in the ancient Kemet, and you can see the connections of these beings coming up and mixing in with these the ancient Egyptians. Okay. There go some of the skulls right there they got of these cone heads. Right? They're showing you the different features. People in the certain type shape heads. They even mold their head like the cone heads in one of the ancient African tribes. But what Yakub ended up doing is getting together because he got a group of Hindus together, right? The dark-skinned beings, and he began marrying the lighter onto the lighter, and he'll get rid of the darks. And he did this over for 600 years on the island of Patmos. He did this for 600 years of interbreeding and outerbreeding the lighter germ until he was getting a white people, what you call them white people, but it's only one species. They call the frugaloids. The frugaloids. I don't think we got a picture. It'll be hard to pull up a picture of them, but Yakub might have. But one thing Yakub did teach his people, he taught them the art of tricknology, how to trick people, how to be evil, how to be bad, how to be cunning, how to stay dangerous. This is what Yakub taught his people. And they was to use this and come amongst us and take over. The Flintstones, Yakub people are the Flintstones. And some of them come to the surface. Oh look. Some of them come to the surface and they operate right now, like Bill Gates. He a frugal lord. He wanted a Yakub creation. All right, see the Flintstones, that story is about them. Fred and Barney Rubble. This cartoon is about the frugal lords. Now they come to the surface and shave up a little bit, because keep in mind, if they come to the surface and shave up, you'll see what they look like. Bill Gates is from that species. And he knew about the supercomputer in the center of the earth called Mech, which is why he came up and created his computer called Macintosh, which is nothing but at first it was like a big, huge computer, and then it got smaller over the years. Another frugal lord, some of these beings, you got a being named Billy. He talked about the center of the earth, and they made a movie about it. Woodricks. Said they pull him up. I said they pull him up. Billy Woodricks. This is the guy. This guy's a frugal lord. He's a frugal lord. You already know about Billy Woodricks. We had the tapes out on Billy Woodricks on the page, but we had to take them down due to the copyrights, man. So these are the of a species, and the ones that's on some of them on the surface ain't as smart as the ones that came from the bottom. The ones that come up, they usually pick to come up and live amongst the people. And these beings, don't underestimate them, because they caveman style living. They really more advanced. Okay. Yeah. So now it's got a text. Trying to think of who it was. Ashtar Command. So hey, look. Nah, he don't represent Ashtar Command. He represents the frugal lords. Now, keep in mind the frugal lords are a species that were promoted by the Ashtar Command. Ashtar Command went back in time 50,000 years and met up with Yakub to tell him to create this race, to bring about this race on the planet, these frugal lords. So it is a connection between Woodricks and the Ashtar Command due to they being part of that first Aryan type race that was told to be created by these Ashtar Command who broke galactic law by going back in the time to talk with Yakub. They were one of the species that influenced Yakub to create this superior race that will be over the people of the planet, the original people of the planet, which is the Nubians. You know what I'm saying? So hey, sometimes you can see these beings. You can see they descendants on the surface. Now it's a difference between, see, like this dude right here, he Ashtar Command. So Ashtar Command is connected with these beings called, that live on the Shop Mount Sasha, called the Telosians. The Telosians is one of the species that Ashtar Command implanted on the planet, underground. They live underground in Mount Sasha, and they're a little bit more advanced than the surface as far as their technology. And it's some of these beings that come up too. The Telosians ain't as ugly as the Frugaloids. The Frugaloids got ugly features, but the Ashtar Command beings, they more like Bobby doll features. And this is one of their leaders from the center of the, from that particular city underground. And they come up like Elon Musk. Elon Musk, who now trying to bring the electric cars and all that to the surface. And they underground, they already underground with the electric stuff, and with the Mark III trains and all that. They got this already. A black man invented it. A Nubian, a Moor, invented a lot of the technology that they use underground already. So I told you, because we was the Illuminati, we are the scientists. It's a lot of Nubian scientists they don't tell you about, that's developing high level advanced shit. Because why? Because we are anarchists, right? That plays a part in it. But Yakub whole thing, like I said, it was Ashtar Command influenced. And you're gonna start spotting these Frugaloids, like this guy here. You can spot them. These Frugaloids, the features. And they the ones that's the hate beings. The beings that really hate us. Not all white people hate black people. It's a certain species of whites. Because the Canaanites, like I told you, the Canaanites, they are family. The Canaanites are really Nubians who got who lack the melanin due to the albino trait. But the Frugaloids are the real racist Ku Klux Klan beings that really hate us. The Frugaloids, because they were built by Yakub to hate us, to turn against us. So you can tell the difference between those, and a lot of them like to live down south, in the south. They the rebels, not the Yankees. They the rebels, not the Yankees. So it's a difference. That's the, because like I said, so it's a different clan. This clan, the ones that turn red, they call rednecks, right? Because they got that name. They got that name from when we chased them out of ancient Kemet, and we put braces around their neck, and the sun hit their braces, and will heat up. And then when we got them across the burning sand and took the braces off their neck, they had rednecks. So we call them rednecks. Those are the ones that really hate you. See, it ain't all the white people that hate us. It's only one group, right? It's really, it's one group that promoted. That's the Aldebarans, and then the group that's like the warrior clan, because it's 3 different types. The warrior clan is these beings, the Frugaloids. All right, here you go. Give me a piece of that banana, bud. All right, get this banana piece. All right, you're good. Jump back in. You want the whole thing, huh? Yeah, so it's different. The species that hate us is the species that Yakub drafted. And he trained them to do it. So they train to hate us. They don't even know why, but they train to hate us. They train to hate niggas because Yakub made them that way. So it's a different species versus like most of these species, they in the South or in the California area. Because they migrated there to police Nubians there when we were moving to California. That's what generated the gangs. Like yeah, so you got certain white clans, certain white people that's not really white. They're really Nubians. That's the Canaanites, and it's different species. It's like different clans of them. And but then you got the Yakub's drafted Frugaloids that look like this being and like Billy Woodrick's, and you can look at the features and tell the beings. These beings is the ones that really hate us, and they are the ones that we drove out of ancient Kemet, the Hyksos. We rounded them up, cable told them, roll their pants legs up, and we marched them in circles through the burning sand with blindfolds on so they wouldn't know where they was going. And we chased them, we took them back to the caves, the Caucasus Mountains. And we bounded them up there for 1,000 years. Right? And they teach this in the Masonry. In Prince of Halls, they give you the slave rituals where they put you in a blindfold, roll your pants leg up, cable tow you, and then walk you around the lodge in circles. That's the story of us kicking these rednecks out of ancient Kemet. Right? And they are the ones that was in the caves, went to the caves. And they are the ones that were eating the raw meat. Because back then in the Caucasus Mountains, it was snow and there wasn't that much vegetation. Plus, they didn't have the knowledge. They didn't have the knowledge of planting and all that. So they used to go outside in the middle of the night and set traps for rabbits, like rock traps, and catch a rabbit and bite and tear his flesh, tear his fur off and bite right down into him because they didn't have fire. They didn't have fire, right? And you can see them. Now some of them mix back in with other species, but the original Frugaloids are the ones that really have the hate for us because they were trained like that. And they call these people honkies. Some of them, but not all honkies are Frugaloids. The honky come from them when they used to have the old school type cars, right? They had the horn that go honk, honk, honk. They used to pull up across the tracks because most black people, Nubians, live across the tracks, live close to the tracks, right? And so they used to pull up on the other side of the tracks and honk their horn. And then the girls used to go out, the women used to go out over there across the tracks to make money, doing certain things that we ain't gonna talk about on record. So they used to go over and make the money. That's how they got the name honky, because of those old Ford cars, different styles of cars. They had the horn that go honk honk, right? White folks are not real crackers. Niggas are Moors or crackers. The Moors are the salt of the earth. The Moors were the ones that were cracking the whips at first, right? The ancient Egyptians were the ones that were cracking the whips when they ran the Hyksos out of Yakub's people out of Kemet. Yakub's people is the Hyksos. And some of them mixed in with the Canaanites. Some of these Frugaloids. But they came in and turned our world upside down. So we got them up out of there. We chased them up out of there. We blindfolded them. We cable told him. We rolled his pants leg up because if you know anything about sand will get all up in your crack. Sand will get in your shoes, will get in your hair. Sand will get all over you. So we walked them through the burning sand. That's what they talk about in the Masonic order, going across the burning sand. We marched these people across the desert back to the caves. And we took their shoes. And then when you come into the Masonic Lodge, they take your shoes. Let me pull it up so you can see it. Because all this ties in with Yakub. This story of Yakub is in Masonry. The like going all the way back. Hold on, let me see. So they got the blindfold on right there. Hold up. This is what we did to these people. You see how they got them? Here you go, right here. Let's get it's a better one right here. Let's blow it up. All right, so these are the people they calling themselves Jews, and they are not. They over in Israel. These people, these Frigolords and Canaanites. Yeah, but what we did is we blindfolded them. We rolled it. Their clothes was raggedy. We took their shoes so they could burn their feet. And in certain Native American tribes, and in certain tribes, part of a ritual to go through is to walk across hot coals. To walk across hot coals, right? That's a ritual that we did in certain tribes. To me, it's barbaric, though. I'm telling you. So what we did is we rolled their pants leg up before we took them back to the caves. We rolled their pants leg up. We tied them all together with cable toes around their neck. We took their shoes, all their medals. We took all their medals, right? And in lodge, when you go in, they take all your medals. They take all your everything you got, like as far as that's worth something. Right? Because we took all everything they had stole, their gold, and everything they had stole, we took it all from them. Then we cable told them, blindfold them. The reason why we blindfolded them so they couldn't see where they was going. See, we know how to navigate using the stars. So in order to keep them seeing the direction that we went, so they couldn't make it back to ancient Kemet to cause trouble, we blindfolded them. And then they were goat herders. These beings were goat herders. These Hyksos. They mad as hell now that we exposed them. Right? These niggas were goat herders. So that's why they talk about riding the goat and feeding the goat in the Masonic order, because these beings were goat herders and they had to feed their goat by hand because there wasn't no vegetation in the desert. They had to get a goat drinks of water out of their hand because there wasn't no ponds. And so they had to pour the water in their hand, let the goat drink out of their hand. So that's why they come about feeding the goat, riding the goat. These Hyksos were doing that. The Frigolords, Yakub's people. And we marched around in circles, just like they do you in the military when you join the military and you go to basic training, right? What they do is they march you around. Let me close this door. So they march you around so we wouldn't know where they wouldn't know where they was going. Then we put them back into the cave. Took the chains off their neck, the cable toes, and they had red necks. So the red neck is the one that's really still keeping up the hate. The hate that I hate blacks, or I hate Jews, or I hate these guys. They hate all these people. This is what's going on, man. You know? And so they emulated the story and put that into masonry. So now you got Nubians in a lodge, Prince Hall's lodge, or John E. Jones, or any one of the other ones, and they going through these rituals. And this is a ritual of the Frigolords, of Yakub's people, and got you thinking you going into slavery because you're doing a slavery ritual. You going into slavery. You doing the slave rituals, and you talking about you a master. And they ain't built nothing. They ain't laid no stone, ain't did nothing. I ain't laid no stone nowhere. I might bring y'all along and show y'all a building that I laid the stone on. I bricked the building, cemented the building, painted it, and everything. Man, this guy right here, hold up. Hakeem. Yeah, so they ain't laying no stone, and they got you going thinking you some Prince Halls, and then they still don't respect you. Prince Hall still don't get respect from the white Masons because they know that nigga going through the same rituals as us. He don't know, and if you don't know, that means they consider you as a dumbass, so they don't recognize you. They know the original ritual. The Moors got the original rituals. I know the original rituals, and don't think that I don't know all your shit. We know all your shit. We can break it down and show you the origin of it, of all your stuff. We got the books. We got all the books. We already showed you. All your stuff is in books. We got it, and we already studied it. Know it better than you know it, probably. So when they see young Elder with his Masonic ring on, they ask me, am I a Mason? And Elijah Muhammad said in his book that the Mason is a Muslim son. So am I a Muslim? Am I a Muslim son? Yes, I am. You know what I'm saying? There you go. We sons of peace. Because a Muslim son is a son of peace. And a son of peace is a son of Malachi. Because Melchizedek is the king of peace. So I am an ancient Egyptian order of Melchizedek. I'm the 23rd member on that council. And we got a whole bunch more we can expose on you and break it down. But you brothers who in those lodges and think you got to get in the real rituals, you need to roll your pants leg back down, snatch that blindfold off, and get your medals back in your shoes and get the hell up out of there. Roll your pants leg back down and get the hell up out of there. Because we ain't had to roll our pants legs up or down. Why? Because we were riding on 4. We was riding on 4, not walking on 2. You know what I'm saying? We was riding on 4. That means that we was riding the horse. We was riding the camels. The master was riding the camels, was riding the horse. While the slave was walking with his hands tied and his face blinded up and his and a cable towed around his neck. That's the slave. The slave was walking on 2. All riding on 4 on the goat, riding that goat, right? To keep his feet from burning. Right? So I'm riding on 4, right? Because I'm riding on the horse. I'm riding on the camel, right? As we move you across the burning sand, move y'all 2 people across the burning sand. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get the chat loaded back up, man, because this joint tripping. And they concocted a story and added this Solomon bean when they know that story is a story that comes from ancient Kemet. That story is a story that comes from ancient Kemet. The whole a lot of that Masonic rituals they doing is a story of Yakub's people being kicked out of ancient Kemet. And so that's their rituals. They supposed to go to them rituals and then make those oaths. And then, you know, Nubians that don't supposed to be involved with it. We was the masters. We was the one that drove these suckers across the burning sand. That's the secret. That's the big Masonic secret. That the Moors were the people that was involved and from the beginning. Dealing with the North Gate. The North Gate. That's one of the code names for Turtle Island, North Gate. In the Masonic order. That's why in a lot of Masonic lodges, they don't have a north. They only have west, east, and south. With the junior warden, deacon warden, I mean, junior wardens, senior warden, junior deacon, senior deacon. The what else they got up in there? They got the secretary, the worshiper master. So you got these different ways the lodge is set up, and it's set up based on astronomy. They still going. It's the secret goes all the way back to what the Nomos taught the ancient Egyptians about the stars. So that's what's going on, man. They scared. They scared that what the young ear might say, man. Hope he don't say tell them everything. So and all they little passwords they got and handshakes that came about in Timbuktu, where we had certain types of handshakes that we would give them to let them to see what level they was on when they came to once they got released from the cave. All this go back, all this really the story and rituals of Masonry is all dealing with Yakub's people and them being raised up to a 90-degree angle, because we didn't need to be raised up to a 90-degree angle to be square, to be good. We wasn't a beast. We weren't walking around at 33 degrees. 33 degrees is walking around like a dog. So we didn't need to walk around. We didn't walk, Nubian man already walked around at 90 degrees. The Nubian man already walked around at 90. Let's put up a 90-degree angle. What they call a square. And they say everything is fast square, but they always coming at you at an angle, right? So the Nubian man was already at a 90 degrees angle. We already stood upright. We was already civilized. We was already civilized. So look, 33 degrees. Look, 30 degrees is walking around on all four. And that's what they was doing in the caves. So we had to raise them up. We had to put a board in their back to make them. The Moors put a board in these frugaloids back to stand them up straight. The frugaloids actually brought these cats back, man. The Moors actually brought the frugaloids back on us. We Moors, you know what I'm saying? Look, so they walking around at 33 degrees like a dog. 30 degrees. We had to raise them to a 90 degrees angle. Put a board in their back. Show them how to eat. Show them how to use a fork. They call it etiquette, where they got your fork and spoon and your salad knife and all that laid out in a certain way. We taught them that, the Moors. And so we were trying to raise these people up back to 90 degrees. That's what Masonry, the speculative side of all of the teachings is about. It's about how to show these people how to live, how to govern your day by the 24-hour gauge, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of work, 8 hours of rest. We already knew this. We didn't have to be trained on this. We was the people who were teaching this information, right? So we had to go to the caves. The Moors went to the caves to rise these people up from 33 degrees to 90 degrees. And that's what your 90 degree square is really about. Squaring your life off, squaring your actions off. That's really what it's about. And we didn't need to know this, but the people who fell off, who went to the caves, who didn't know how to use fire, needed to know this in order to be raised up like a man, because they were men, they were beasts. And we were the man, and we were the man that was training the beast. I'm telling you, man. So Masonry, with the Masonry that they got going on over here in the Western Hemisphere, it was not your Masonry. You didn't need that. You didn't need that because you were the beings who were teaching it. You were the beings who were squaring these beings off. Showing these beings how to stand on their square. Showing these beings how to hold their square. You were the one that was doing it. Let me get this chat pulled back up because, man, my computer just froze. And they trying to, it seems like I don't even know if you hear me now. That's how, because they scared. They say, damn, this nigga saying too much. But I ain't never make no oath with you. So by law, by your own law, you can't touch me. By your own laws, you can't touch me. For telling what I know. Because I ain't get it from you. I got it on my own study. You know what I'm saying? And it's in my DNA to come tell you this. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the chat loaded back up, man, because the computer just went blank and shut down. So what they going through over here, as far as the Masonic thing, is not our thing. It's a thing that we created for them, to help them out, to lift them up, to take them off the caves, take them off the streets, the Frugal Lord, Yakub people. Without us, they'll still be in the caves, walking around like a dog. You know what I'm saying? I ain't giving you no more bananas after this. I keep you harassing me for bananas. Huh? You gotta give me some of it too. There you go. Go on, go. Go on. Hey, I see you right there. Okay, all right, we in the we in the stages of breaking it down for you. So the 90 degrees, which is dealing with a man who standing up straight, holding this, that it's dealing with our lifestyle, being that we were civilized, we were real men. That's 90 degrees. We had to raise them up to this 90 degrees. So that's why we created that Masonic, the Prince of Halls and all that stemming from that, what we teaching them of how to be a man, how to be civilized, how to come and don't be acting like a damn beast. Like people still act right now. People act like a damn beast. Gonna shoot the place up, robbing and killing and stealing. That's all things of the beast nature. This what these beings were doing, because they were taught by Yakub on how to be tricksters, how to be robbers and stealers and be sneaky. They were taught this by Yakub. So we had to come and teach them. That's all Yakub ever taught them, trickery. So they didn't know nothing else. So we had to teach them how to be good. That's why the Bible is. That's why the Bible was put together. The Bible is not for us. It was for these beings. That's why when they go into the lodge, they got to put their hand on the Bible. They got to take an oath on the Bible. Right? They got to take an oath on the Bible. Why? Because the Bible we created the Bible for niggas that wasn't civilized, that were beasts, that needed to learn morals and constructs. So in order to teach them morals, we have to give them the Bible. We had to swear them off. We had to make them swear on the Bible, right? I'm telling you, man. This is the real truth. Hey, this is the real truth. So my beings just masons out there, they know. These beings go in there and they put their hand on the Bible. Why? Because the Bible got the 10 commandments, morals. In ancient Kemet, we had 42 negative laws of my in ancient Kemet. So we ain't had to learn no damn 10 commandments. We already had this shit thousands of years before the Bible. So we was in ancient Kemet, we was civilized. We already had morals. We already had constructs for thousands of years. We didn't need for niggas to come and teach us how to govern our day. We already knew how to govern our day. We put this shit together, that Masonic shit, for Yakub's people. So you think you're doing something slick when you're in the lodge? Because and then you got to put free and accepted. Why you got to say you free and accepted? Because somebody didn't accept you? Who didn't accept these people? They free and accepted. Who didn't accept you? And if you got to say you're free, that means that you was once a slave. And Moors were never slaves. Moors were never Slavics. We were never slaves. So I ain't got to put free and accepted on front of my lodge. Because we was born free. Moors are born free and accepted. Because our golden ticket is our skin tone. But keep in mind, like they say, everybody that skin folk ain't kid folks. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I'm willing to be tried, John James Jones, Bay. I'm willing to be tried and never denied. Try me and discover me, and see that I ain't the nigga to play with. All this shit right here. I'm telling you, this shit. The ancestors taught me well on the masonry and what it's really about. So don't come up to me and ask me why I got my Masonic ring on, nigga. I'm the nigga, not to be ego tripping, nigga, but yeah, we the niggas up in this shit. We put this shit together a long time ago. We ancient mystic order of Melchizedek. We the originators of this shit. The originators. We are the civilizers. We the ones that dropped the knowledge on you and squared you out. And but really, we ain't squaring nobody out. Really, we rounded niggas out, right? Because we well rounded. You know what I'm saying? We rounded your ass out. That's what they call, because niggas like to cut corners. Niggas like to cut corners. Niggas like to cut corners, man. So we rounding everything out, right? If it's 5.5, we roll it up to 6. It makes it easier to round shit out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, it goes, hey, look, the masonry, man, really, like I say, it's really a young thing. It's really a young thing compared to us in ancient Kemet, the masonry on the Western. It's a young thing, man. It's dealing with them, because like I say, in Timbuktu, when they used to travel to the trade, we had certain handshakes to let us know what level of civilized, what level they've been civilized. Once they become a master, they should have been. We dealt with masters, masons. There were Caucasian master masons, because they had been civilized all the way up to that level of degree of being square again, being a man again. Now we can trade with you. Now we can talk with you man to man. But as long as you walking around at 33 degrees or 33 degrees, we can't talk to you, man. You looking down at my boots. You a slave. You looking down at my boots. But once you stand up like a man, then they tell you stand up, poke your chest out, stand up like a man, hold your square. You know, stand up like a man and talk to me like a man. A face to face. So in order for them to talk to us face to face, we had to give them masonry, and we gave them the Bible, and we gave them the Quran. That's why when you get in the Masonic order, when you get to a certain degree, they swear on the Bible, right? And then actually they swear on the Bible all the way up first time when they come in, and then as they get higher, go to the shrinery and all that, they go into the swearing on the Quran. Swearing on the Quran. We didn't need these books, these little books, to be square. We was already square. We already had all these concepts that they trying to put on to us, man. We knew the difference between good and bad then in ancient Kemet. So now you got brothers walking around who Prince of Halls, who think they bad, who see you and they say that you you know, because you the Temple of Amun-Ra, or you the Nuwapian Grand Lodge, being you with the Nuwapian masonry, or you with other masonry that's not recognized by Caucasians. Come on, man, you got to be kidding me. That's the sound of it. That if my masonry is African masonry going back thousands of years and ain't recognized by Caucasians, man, come on, man. Look, anybody that say that got to be slapped the teeth out their mouth, man. They gotta slap their own teeth out their mouth to say that if my masonry is the original shit and it comes from ancient Kemet, and that I'm clandestine and that I don't count. You let the white man or the Caucasian tell you that your masonry is clandestine. No, his masonry is clandestine. And the 15 already broke that down. Clandestine means a clan that's goddamn destined, right? And if you look at the word really, clandestine means a secret operation. That means that they don't know nothing about us because we are secret. That's why. And we didn't tell him our rituals. We only let him go to fellow craftsmen before we kick their ass out of ancient Kemet. Because keep in mind, the story of the builder being hit in the head was of the Hyksos trying to get the password to the third degree, to the master mason. And they trapped the master, and they held him down, and they hit him in the head, trying to get the password from him. That's us. We the Moors. They got hit in the head. Right? Because when you get knocked in the head, you get amnesia. You start to forget shit. Your memory, you suffer memory loss. That's what's happening to us. We suffer memory loss now. That we are the masters. We are the ones that was riding on the foe while they was walking on two across the burning sand. We the one that walked them across that burning sand and then took them under that raw arch to see. So they could see that raw arch, which is the sun. We took them. Right? We are the civilizers. We civilized Yakub and his people. Little type of Yakub's people. Hey, a lot of them got the AB, the B, the A, right? But the AB as in Aryan Brotherhood. That's what blood type they got. The Aryan Brotherhood blood type. Right? They want to be Aryans. Get ages on y'all. Yeah, it's ages here, man. When we start talking like this about they so-called secrets and exposing them, man, they get scared, man. They're scared of the young air, man. They're scared of what we might say. But the truth of the matter is that we didn't need that Prince Hall's shit. But the Nubian over here, some of the people have resorted back to being beasts and criminals. So they might need to be squared off in that particular order. But my people, the sons of Malachi, we don't need your Masonic order. We got our own. We are the originators. We gave it to you to help you out, to make you stand up straight. And you niggas walking around talking about you 32 degrees. Oh yeah, I'm think you high as shit. Nigga, you walking around like a dog. You walking around on the ground talking about you 33 degrees. Or 32. You walking around on the ground. Look how it's a 32 degree angle right here. You on the damn ground. Your face down there on the ground, bowing. What you doing is bowing before the gods. And we are the gods. Right? It ain't now when you talk to me face to face at 90 degrees, that's why it says in their book that they swear on, it says that Moses talked to God face to face. Now, you talk to me face to face, that means you look at me eye to eye, 90 degrees like a man. But if you got to bow down before me and kiss my shoes, then you're going down to the 33rd degrees to kiss my shoes, kiss God's shoes. And at 32 degrees, your ass is froze. Because that's the level that water freezes on. That's the level that water freeze on, brother. That's the water. So your ass is froze and you can't say nothing. And when you're in ice, that's cryogenics. When they ice your ass, they keep you in the ice capsule. A lot of this shit might go over people's heads that I'm saying up in here, but my guys that have been in the lodge and my guys that been, oh yeah, hey look, yeah, hey Marvin Miller, Miller L, hey Miller, you are ancient Egyptian. We kin folks, Millers, Williams. Hey, I'm gonna get ready to put the last name tape out. We might do it tonight. So Miller, you were ancient Egyptian, so that's right. You were the one that were riding the camel with the sword as like the guard, taking these prisoners back to their damn cave. Taking these prisoners back to their cave, Miller Hill. Pale monkeys. It's another one term that they use for these beings. So hey, hey Miller, you were the one that was riding the camel or the horse with the black ninja suit on with the red slash, and you had the damn sword, and you was the one that was making sure these monkeys stay in the chain, and while we take them across the burning sand back to the caves. You know what I'm saying? And once we got them now, we had them roped up, right? That's why they call it Europa, right? Europa, which come from their planet too, that they came from. We had them roped up and put them back to the hills and caves. This is what we're dealing with. We are the grand masters. We are the grand hierophants. Don't tell me because you think you a Prince of Halls and you gone up enough. Hold on. Don't tell me because you a damn think you a worshiper master or grand master or whatever you call yourself. If you going through them rituals, nigga, in a damn Prince of Halls Lodge and all them different lodges, then you a part of the gang. You a part of the people that don't know, and white folks laugh at your ass. The niggas the white boys that got the high ranks that call themselves 33 degrees. That's high as they can go. They can't go past the dog. That's high as they can go. 33 degrees. We go 720 degrees. We 720. That means we're a full object. We're a full fifth dimensional object after that point. While they still at the 33 degrees and walking around kissing on niggas' shoes, man. You know what I'm saying? Thinking they know something. You know what I'm saying? They listening right now. They listening to this tape right now. Trying to figure out how far advanced are we yet right now as far as on the information. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, we know it all. We know it all on that school. We got all your information down. We don't know everything in the world, but on that particular subject, we got it down to the science because they want us to have it. The ancestors wanted us to have it down to the science. So we could wake our brothers and sisters up and tell you to get your medals. Get your medals back, brother. When you go back to your lodge and they ain't teaching you what I just told you, get your medals. Roll your pants leg back down. Take your blindfold off. Right? Get your shoes back and your socks. Right? And get the hell out of there. And if you can grab some other brothers while you're getting out of there, get them brothers out of there too. And tell them next time, try a little bit harder. to try a little bit harder next time to on the teachers they got going on now. Because I don't need this shit. That's why the church is set up like it's set up, like a lodge. All of it's connected. On making these people good people, making Yakub's people squaring them off, making them good beings. Because they were savages. Right? They were savages, they were beasts. You know what I'm saying? But that's all we wanted to bring to you, man. About to get ready to get off. We'll be back tonight. You want to show your brother some love? Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that cash app. We're gonna have the cash app posted in the descriptions. So we'll be back on tonight, man. We might go in some more on this subject, but we're gonna just really talk about more of the masonry and how it's really not our shit. It's like our shit because we started it originally is about laying stone and building structures and carving and all that. It was about carving and using chisel and hammer. That's what it was about. But now this Western world shit, it's about slave ritual, about them being how they got treated by us as in ancient Kemet. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get out of here, man. Want to thank you for tuning in. Wadu. Peace and love. Or should. Divine love throughout the bounty.